Rococo art is known for its flamboyant depiction of wealth and the aristocracy in the 18th century. Today, I've got a fun video. I'm going to tell you the top 5 Rococo pieces that I think are important to the movement. For more history on the Rococo art movement, you can check out my other video that goes more in depth on the history and the characteristics of Rococo art. Number 1, Pilgrimage to Cythera by Jean-Antoine Watteau. Done in 1717, this was the catalyst to the Rococo art movement. Approved by the French Academy of Painting and Sculpture, this piece introduced wealth, flamboyance, and a new art style into painting. A new art style that brought loose brushstrokes, pastel colors, and flamboyant escapades of the wealthy class. This is what the Rococo art movement would become known for. They even had to create a new genre in the Academy called the Fête Galante in order to fit this into their hierarchy of art. For more on the importance of this piece, especially in the Rococo movement, and a deeper look and analysis into it, you can check out my other video specifically on the Pilgrimage to Cythera. Number 2, the portrait of Madame de Pompadour. Francois Boucher took over the Rococo art movement after Watteau, and in fact, he was one of the most well-known artists of the 18th century. And a lot of this had to do with his main patroness, the Marquise de Pompadour, aka the Madame de Pompadour, aka King Henry V's famous mistress. She loved Boucher's work so much so that she had him paint almost every single one of her portraits, which all hold a typical Rococo style in portraiture. Loose brushstrokes, pastel colors, whimsical looks on their young, idealized faces, and lots of symbols of wealth and power. Because of her, specifically her wealth and her power, being connected to the king and all, she actually helped propel this Rococo art movement forward. Number 3, Vigee Lebrun's self-portrait. Now, I might get some kickback on this one because Vigee Lebrun kinda shifts between Rococo and neoclassical. The style she does is Rococo, her subject matter is more neoclassical, but hear me out. First of all, she was the lead portrait artist of Marie Antoinette, the lady who lived in Versailles. Second, her husband, Victor Lebrun, was the interior decorator of Versailles, which was very Rococo Baroque. And he also started the French Academy of Painting and Sculpture, so she's just kind of a big name. Not only is she a very talented painter, and the art styles of the loose brushstrokes, the pastel colors, the whimsical youthful looks on their faces, she also is showing us what Rococo artists thought of themselves. She paints herself in the manner of painting, showing herself as a career person, a serious artist. But also you can tell by the way she is dressed that she belongs to this wealthy class that she's so associated with. It's her way of bringing artists to the level of those people who are doing fête galante. Not to mention, she is a master at the brushstrokes. I mean, look at her hair. It's beautiful, it's perfect, it is Rococo, which is why she's on my list. Number 4, Marriage à la Mode by William Hogarth. Done in the year 1743, this piece makes fun of Rococo. I love it so much. So it's not necessarily done in the Rococo style, but in order to understand the Rococo style and what everybody else was talking about, you have to check this piece out. So this is a piece that satirizes the upper class, those people who can spend all of their money conversing in salons and going on fête galantes. But this piece is depicted in such a clever way. It dramatizes the downfall of living a life like that. What happens when you age and you no longer look beautiful and you no longer can go on these escapades? Or even worse, what happens if you lose all your money? William Hogarth manages to explain an entire story in 6 panels of art. He tells the story of the rise and the downfall of people who participate in the Rococo lifestyle. And even better, he did this in a medium that could be mass-produced and spread throughout all of Europe, so people could read it in their newspapers. Everybody was in on the joke of the Rococo movement and the people who participated in the lavish lifestyle. Looking at this art piece will make you laugh out loud at the absurdity, but will also help you to understand the Rococo movement a little bit more. Coming in at number 5, Fragonard's The Swing. Of course this is on my list. This is the quintessential Rococo art piece, and that's why I've saved it for last. It has the perfect representation of all of those Rococo art characteristics. It's frilly, it's frivolous, it's frothy, it's full of wonder and secrecy. There's lots of dynamic movement that connects it to the Baroque art period. There's loose brushstrokes and pastel colors and this feeling of romance and love. It is just perfectly Rococo. Fragonard was able to build on the foundation that Watteau and Boucher had created for him to create a masterpiece of Rococo art. You can find my full analysis of this piece in my Rococo art movement video. Choosing these top 5 pieces was not easy, let me tell you. There is so much fun artwork from this time period, so please comment below. Tell me which ones you would put in your top 5. I would love to have a discussion with you. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you can continue to get updates of these art history videos that I upload every Thursday. See you guys next time, where the art just keeps getting better.